Hello and welcome to 1 Minute Birds. The tawny frogmouth is a species of frogmouth native to the Australian mainland and Tasmania and found throughout. It is a big headed, stocky bird often mistaken for an owl due to its nocturnal habits and similar coloring. Tawny frogmouths have bright yellow eyes and very large frog like bills that are hooked at the tip and topped with distinctive tufts of bristles. They are carnivorous and are considered to be among Australia's most effective pest control birds, as their diet consists largely of species regarded as vermin or pests in houses, farms, and gardens. The bulk of their diet is composed of nocturnal creatures such as moths, spiders, worms, slugs, and snails, but also includes a variety of invertebrates such as bugs, beetles, wasps, ants, centipedes, millipedes, and scorpions. They also consume small mammals, reptiles, frogs, and birds. On average, the life expectancy of wild tawny frogmouths is up to 14 years, and for those in captivity, as high as 30 plus years. The great potu or grand potu is the largest potu species and is found throughout Central and South America. This nocturnal predator is usually seen perched high above the ground while foraging, hawking when prey is spotted. After the pounce, it almost always returns to its previous perch. It preys on large insects and small vertebrates. Bats and birds are taken occasionally as well. Possibly its most well-known characteristic is its unique moaning growl that it vocalizes throughout the night, creating an unsettling atmosphere in the neotropics with its nocturnal sounds, leading to its nickname, the ghost bird. The great potu has a large head in relation to its body. The eyes are also very large with dark brown irises rather than the yellow that many other potu have, and has a short but broad beak. Their wings are elliptical in shape and the tail is elongated. The feather colors vary with white, gray, black, and burgundy. The tail colors match with that of the rest of the body with the exception of the white bars that can be seen going across the tail laterally. Normally during the day it perches upright on a tree stump and is overlooked because it resembles part of the stump. This is a camouflage, not just by coloration, but a camouflage by the setting. They can be located at night by the reflection of light from its eyes. They are shy and solitary creatures. The splendid fairy wren is a common bird in arid inland Australia as well as in southwest Western Australia. Their habitat ranges from forest to dry rainforest, generally with ample vegetation for shelter. They're active and restless feeders, particularly on open ground near shelter, but also through the lower foliage. They mainly eat insects and supplement their diet with seeds. It's a small bird with a long blue tail that is held cocked. Breeding males are almost entirely blue with a strong black line from the bill through the eyes and around the back of the head, a black chest band, and a black rump. Non-breeding males are fairly plain, grayish-brown birds with black bills, bright blue tails, and some blue in the folded wing. Females are tan above with a duller blue tail and a reddish bill. The great-eared nightjar is a species of bird found in southwest India and in many parts of Southeast Asia. Inhabits subtropical or moist lowland tropical forests, forest edges, fields, and plains with some tree cover. This unique, very large dragon-looking nightjar has long barred wings, a barred tail with long distinct ear tufts. It has a white throat band, but has no white on its wings or tail. Plumage consists of complex shades of brown, which can vanish into the background when perched. Noticeably long-tailed in flight. Frequently erect posture distinguishes it from many other nightjars. These birds drink in flight, gliding low over the water and dipping the beak. Their diet is made up almost entirely of flying insects, typically moths and beetles. It is nocturnal and spends its nights hunting for food, catching it on the wing thanks to its excellent eyesight, wide mouth, and silent flight. In flight, their wings make a sound resembling that of a bumblebee, hence its name. This species is readily identifiable by its tiny size, being the world's smallest known bird, and relatively short bill. The male is stunning with an iridescent red head, chin, and throat which fades to black when non-breeding and turquoise upper parts. The female is bluish-green with a pale gray underside. Bee hummingbirds consume their weight in nectar, insects, and spiders each day, and may visit up to 1,500 flowers per day. Their call is described as a high-pitched, jumbled twitter. Within their territory, a male will often sing atop the highest tree. The female lays only 2 eggs at a time, each about the size of a coffee bean. On average, they can live up to 7 years in the wild and 10 years in captivity. The superb fairy wren is a common bird across southeastern Australia. They can be found in almost any area that has at least a little dense undergrowth for shelter, including grasslands with scattered shrubs, moderately thick forest, woodland, heaths, and domestic gardens. They're active and restless feeders, particularly on open ground near shelter, but also through the lower foliage. They mainly eat insects and supplement their diet with seeds. They typically live 5 to 6 years, but can live up to 13 years. It's a small bird with a long blue tail that is held cocked. Breeding males have a pale blue crown, cheek, and back with a strong black line from the bill through the eyes and around the back of the head. Non-breeding males and females are predominantly gray-brown in color. Non-breeding males have black bills and bright blue tails. Females have a duller blue tail and a reddish bill. The violet-backed starling is a highly sexually dimorphic species, meaning male and female birds look drastically different. Male violet-backed starlings have a top half covered with iridescent purple feathers that change shade depending on the light. Their breast and underparts are snowy white. Females also have white underparts, but their back and head are brown, and their entire body is streaked with dark brown. Both sexes have yellow irises and black bills and legs. They're a rather small bird that live in forests across eastern, southern, and western Africa. They feed on fruit and insects, and they play an important role in dispersing mistletoe seeds throughout their habitat. It is rarely seen on the ground, but instead found in trees and other locations away from the ground. The Wilson's bird of paradise is a rare species of bird endemic to 3 Indonesian islands. Its preferred habitat is a high-altitude hill forest, more rarely a lowland rainforest and a middle mountain forest. Their diet consists of fruits, insects, arthropods, and other small invertebrates. It's a rather small bird. The male is red and black with a yellow mantle on its neck, light green mouth, rich blue feet, and 2 curved violet tail feathers. The head is naked blue with a black double-cross pattern on it. In the field, the blue bare skin on the crown of the bird's head is so vivid that it is clearly visible at night. The deep scarlet back and velvet green breast are lush, and the curly-Q tail gleams bright silver. The female is a brownish bird with a bare blue crown. Males of these birds clear an area of rainforest to create a display court. They then perform an elaborate mating dance to impress a potential mate. The male usually exhibits an attractive breast shield and accompanies the mating dance with song and calls. Their lifespan is unknown, but birds of paradise live 5 to 8 years in the wild and up to 30 years in captivity. Purple-crowned fairy wren is a rare species of bird endemic to northern Australia. It has an extremely patchy distribution and has declined in parts of its range. This species prefers riverside habitat composed of dense shrubs or tall, dense thickets of river grass. It's a small bird with a long blue tail that is held cocked. Breeding males have a black eyeline and collar with a bright purple crown, which is not for attracting a female but for intimidation and dominance of other males. Females have prominent dark rusty cheek patches. Non-breeding males have prominent black cheek patches. They forage for their prey amongst foliage and the leaf litter on the ground. They consume a range of small invertebrates such as beetles, ants, bugs, wasps, grasshoppers, moth, larvae, spiders, and worms, as well as seeds. Unlike other fairy wrens, it is not sexually promiscuous. They live in groups consisting of a dominant breeding pair and helpers. Males and females perform duets. While their average lifespan is around 8 to 10 years, research suggests some individuals may live up to 17 years. The green-headed tanager is a small, brightly colored bird found in the Atlantic forest in southeastern Brazil, far eastern Paraguay, and far northeastern Argentina. Like most birds, the males are more brightly colored, featuring swaths of turquoise, yellow-orange, lime green, violet, and black. Females and juvenile birds have similar, though duller, coloration. Like most small birds, they're very active and bounce from one branch to the next like a pinball before settling onto a favored feeding area. They eat a variety of fruits, seeds, nectar, and insects, including ants, caterpillars, and other larvae. These social birds are usually seen in small flocks of 10 to 20 birds. They also form mixed flocks. While essentially a bird of humid forests, it's also common in orchards and parks where it moves through the canopy, making itself inconspicuous as its apparently flashy blue-green coloration camouflages it well amongst the foliage. The sword-billed hummingbird is a neotropic species of hummingbird from the Andean regions of South America. Among the largest species of hummingbird, it is characterized by its unusually long bill, being the only bird to have a beak longer than the rest of its body, excluding the tail. Their bill measures in at 8 to 12 centimeters or 3.1 to 4.7 inches long. Female bills are slightly longer. They're trapline feeders, visiting a specific series of flowers in a systematic sequence. It also hawks for insects, catching flying insects by keeping the bill open. It breeds from February to March and builds cup nests using moss and are usually hung among root fibers high above the ground. The average lifespan of a sword-billed hummingbird is 3 to 5 years. They perch with their bill angled upwards to reduce the strain of the heavy beak and improve balance. The superb lyrebird is a large ground-dwelling bird with powerful legs and a long tail, primarily gray-brown with a reddish outer wing. Males have extraordinarily long tails comprising different feather types. The main lyre feathers are bulb-barring, while the other feathers are plain, thin, and wispy. Juveniles and females lack the longer tail feathers. They're found in rainforest habitats in southeastern Australia as well as Tasmania. Their diet consists primarily of invertebrates such as earthworms and insects found on the forest floor. It is one of the largest songbirds and has a very powerful song and is known for its mimicry and courtship displays. They are poor flyers and rarely fly except for periods of gliding. They are shy and difficult to approach. The fork-tailed sunbird is a species of bird found in subtropical or tropical moist lowland forests in China, Hong Kong, Laos, and Vietnam. The bird appears in the most commonly used postal stamp of Hong Kong. The only sunbird throughout much of its range where it is found in forests, parks, and gardens. Male is green above, white below, with purple throat, breast, and half collar. Only male possesses a forked tail. Female is duller, greenish above, pale olive yellow below. These small birds with the curved bill call a soft and frequent zwink zwink and a metallic trill. They feed on nectar from flowers, but also consume insects and spiders, especially when feeding their young. Often seen foraging in foliage and flowers, frequently hovering while doing so. The shoebill is a rare species of bird so utterly unique that it makes up its own family. It is endemic to the freshwater swamps and marshes of Central and East Africa, especially around the Nile River, and is known for its massive shoe-shaped bill. They are tall birds. The plumage is uniformly gray in adults and brownish in immatures. Structure is stork-like overall, but with a thick neck and massive hooked bill. In flight, which is sometimes quite high, the long legs trail. Usually found alone or in pairs when breeding, they make a loud, hollow sound by clapping their bills together, which is used for display and communication. Shoebills are carnivores, primarily feeding on fish, but they also consume frogs, water snakes, Nile monitor lizards, eels, and even baby crocodiles. They have a long lifespan of about 35 years in the wild and 50 in captivity. The scarlet-backed flowerpecker is a species of bird found in subtropical or tropical moist lowland forests and occasionally gardens in a number of countries throughout South and East Asia. One of many flowerpeckers in which the male is brightly colored and the female is predominantly brown. Adult male is black and white from below, but above is bright red from the crown down to the rump. The female, while largely dull, can be distinguished from other flowerpeckers by her bright red rump that is often visible when hovering and foraging. Juvenile lacks the red rump but has a white throat and is a much darker brown above than the similar plain flower pecker, often detected through its metallic ticking call. They feed on fruits including berries of mistletoes and figs, along with nectar, insects, and spiders, foraging in various areas of the canopy. The spot-bellied eagle owl is a large and powerful bird of prey with a formidable appearance. It is a rare species found in the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. Immense and imposing owl of dense, wet, lowland and hill forests. Silver gray adult is majestic with a large yellow bill, black eyes, and sweeping sideways facing horns. Juveniles are much paler, almost white, with shorter tufts. Gives deep echoing hoots. Takes prey as large as small deer, but prefers pheasants. It also consumes an array of mammals, reptiles, fish, and has been observed feeding on carrion. It has excellent hearing and can often detect the slightest rustling of prey in the underbush, which helps it locate its next meal. It is a solitary bird that is territorial and maintains a home range. They typically live for 10 years in the wild and can live up to 20 years in captivity. The fiery-throated hummingbird is a species of bird found in Costa Rica and Panama. Their habitat is montane, cloud, and dwarf forests and clearings with trees, but mostly remains in the forest canopy. If you see the throat in good light, there is no mistaking this beauty. No other hummingbird combines every color of the rainbow on the throat and breast. In poor light could be mistaken for other fairly large hummingbirds. Look for dark blue black tail, medium length bill with pink at the base and blue rump, or just wait for it to turn its head. Sexes are alike. They feed on nectar taken from a variety of small flowers, shrubs, and small trees. At flowers too deep for its bill, it will take nectar from holes made by itself, bumblebees, and flower piercers. Frequently visits feeders. They are aggressive and dominant over most other hummingbirds. The toucan barbet is a spectacular and iconic cloud forest bird of northwestern Ecuador and Colombia. Note gray throat, red breast and belly, black cap, thick white stripe behind eye, and stout, yellow bill tipped with black. Both sexes are almost identical except for the female's plumage being slightly less bright, and the female lacks the tuft on the black plumage of the nape. Nothing remotely similar occurs in range. Song duet is a characteristic sound of the region. They forage for 12 hours a day around its territory, foraging from ground level and up into the canopy. Eats large insects as well as fruit. Other food taken includes termites, small reptiles, nectar, tree sap, and flower petals. Also visits feeders. The black-backed dwarf kingfisher is a species of bird endemic to parts of the Indian subcontinent and mainland Southeast Asia. It resides in lowland forests, typically near streams or ponds, where it feeds upon insects, spiders, worms, crabs, fish, frogs, and lizards. But their nests are often well away from water. Flight is swift and direct as the bird expertly maneuvers through thick vegetation. Gives piercing, high, thin calls often when in flight. A brilliantly colored, tiny kingfisher with a coral red dagger bill, it has a dark blue back and wings and pale orange underparts. Crown is fuchsia red with a dark spot on the forehead and blue and white patches on the side of the neck. Chin and throat are white. The sexes are alike. They're one of the smallest known kingfisher species. It is only slightly larger than a medium-sized hummingbird. The rose-crowned fruit dove is a bird that is found in parts of southern Indonesia as well as northern and eastern Australia. Inhabits a variety of forest types including rain, gallery, monsoon, and mangroves. Tiny, short-tailed, multicolored dove, pink forehead which is narrowly bordered by yellow, gray face and neck, yellow-orange belly and vent, often a pinkish area on upper belly. Female is similar but duller. These adorable birds will often mate for life and work as a team to raise their individual yearly young. Their diet consists mainly of fruits, including figs, berries, and small drupes, which they swallow whole, as well as seeds, palms, and vines. To stay hydrated, they drink dew and water droplets from leaves. They will avoid drinking from the ground whenever possible. The flame bowerbird is a species of bird endemic to southern New Guinea. Their habitat is lowland and foothill rainforests. The male is an unmistakable, medium-sized bird with flame orange and golden yellow plumage, elongated neck plumes, and yellow-tipped black tail. Scarlet from the head down to the back, resembling a headscarf. The female is an olive-brown bird with yellow or golden around the stomach and also a distinctive yellow line down the throat. On average, bowerbirds live 6 to 8 years, but can live up to 26 years. Males build an avenue-type bower with two side walls of sticks and clearings. Their courtship display involves the male twisting his tail and his wings to the side and then shaking his head quickly. Little is known about their diet of fruits and insects. The white bellbird is a species of bird that resides mostly in northern South America, but is also found in Panama as well as Trinidad and Tobago. It occurs in moist tropical or subtropical forests. Medium-sized bird, all-white male is unmistakable with a black bill that has a fleshy black wattle, sprinkled sparsely with white feathers dangling from its top and hanging down the side. The female is mostly green and resembles other bellbirds. They have wide mouths and diet on fruit and berries whole and may also eat a small number of insects. It's the world's loudest bird. According to a study published in 2019, the white bellbird produced the loudest call ever recorded in a bird, reaching 125.4 decibels. That's equivalent to the sound of a pneumatic riveter at 4 feet away. Peer into the mouth of a hungry Goldian finch chick from Australia, and you'll see something unexpected, intriguing, and maybe even a little unsettling. Strange mouth markings, such as beaks rimmed with black lining or glow-in-the-dark beads, and mouth roofs covered in trypophobia-inducing holes. The young of many bird species sport these unique mouth or gape markings, but why? These patterns act as visual cues for their parents to easily identify and feed them, especially in dark nest cavities where visibility is limited. Essentially, the markings serve as a target to guide the parent bird when delivering food. In some cases, the mouth markings could also be a way for chicks to signal their health or competitive ability to siblings, influencing how much food they receive. The markings are most noticeable when the chicks are young and become less obvious as they get older. The wood warbler is common and widespread throughout northern and temperate Europe and just into the extreme west of Asian Russia. It's strongly migratory, and the entire population winters in tropical Africa. It is small, with subtle distinctive plumage, muted lime green above, silky white below, with a pale yellow throat and yellow eyebrows. Favors shady, deciduous, and mixed woods for breeding, especially areas with beech and oak. Often rather inconspicuous, feeding mainly on insects as well as berries and fruit, high in leafy canopy, but can be located by distinctive ringing song. Occupies a range of wooded and brushy habitats in non-breeding range from moist forests to dry wooded savannas. It typically lives 1 to 4 years, but can live up to 6 years. The yellow-bellied sapsucker is a medium-sized woodpecker found across Canada, eastern Alaska, and the northeastern United States. These birds winter in the eastern United States, West Indies, and Central America. Yellow-bellied sapsuckers are fairly small woodpeckers with stout straight bills. They are mostly black and white with boldly patterned faces. Both sexes have red foreheads and males also have red throats. Look for a long white stripe along the folded wing. Bold black and white stripes curve from the face toward a black chest shield and white or yellowish underparts. They often nest in the grooves of small trees and spend winters in open woodlands. They mostly feed at sap wells, neat rolls of shallow holes they drill in tree bark. They lap up the sugary sap along with any insects that may get caught there. Occasionally, sapsuckers visit bird feeders for suet. Thank you for watching 1 Minute Birds.